All right, so hi, my name is Brody. I've been working here at Hazy Shade for about 6 or 7 months now. I've been playing disc golf for 2 to 3 years. Ever since I got out of high school, I've really kind of picked up playing the sport a little bit more. And ever since I started at Hazy Shade, I've even picked it up even more than a hobby. It's kind of a really good thing to get out and just be able to meet new people and expand your horizons. Me being a new young adult, it's just kind of one of those things that go out and just meet new people. Um, so with that being said, every time I go out, I always just take this little bag right here. It's filled with about 15 discs or so. Other than that, I always keep a lot of putters on me. I don't know exactly, since I'm new, I don't know what I want to putt with yet. So I started off throwing a pure and a dart. I ended up getting rid of those and I switched to the Pro Aviar. This is a pretty good disc. I throw it for pretty much any putter shot that I need, and also if there's a shot that's about 100 feet out, I really can feel confident throwing this disc. But ever since I started at Hazy Shade and I've had the chance to actually get my hands on some Vibram discs, I've picked up a few that are pretty good that I've really liked. So this is going to be the Summit, and this is going to be actually my go-to putter for every shot that's within about 20 or 25 feet. Pretty much my go-to. Other than that, I got some driving putters that I also use on any shot that's about 100 to 200 feet out from the tee pad. My first one I'll go into is the XT Nova, and pretty much any line you put this on, any angle that you release it on, this is just going to be a true flyer. And then any shot that's going to be like a dogleg right and that you need to throw a little forehand on, my Star Aviar X3 is my go-to just because I feel really confident being able to throw that as my forehand shot, for close shots, I should say. Or if I'm pushed up behind a tree and I just need to get out from behind that about 30, 40 feet, I'm going to go with the Aviar X3 for sure. And then majority of my bag is actually going to be mid-ranges. I feel most confident in throwing mid-ranges. Ever since I've started, I feel like I can control them more. So with that being said, I kind of just followed the path of everyone that ever played, I feel like. I got all rocks in my bag. I got a regular rock, Star Rock. I also have a Rock 3 and then a Rock X3. And people may say that the Rock 3 and the Rock X3 are a lot alike and you don't really need to throw them. Well, both, or have both in your bag. I think it's just more preference in what I feel confident in throwing and what shot. So that's why I always, for my little bit longer shots, my driving shots where I'm trying to get about 350 feet, I'm going to throw my Aviar, my Rock X3 for those shots. Since it's a little more overstable, I can get that more straight flight path when I put a little bit more onto it than my Rock 3 or just my regular rock. Other than that, kind of just throw my regular rock or my Rock 3 on shots that are about 200 feet out, 250 feet out, that are just really straight or just a nice little fade to the left or to the right. I can feel confident in throwing them forehand or backhand. But other than that, the two other mid-ranges that I keep in my bag at all times is going to be a Mako 3 and a Gator. I actually just picked up the Gator this year, and there's a little course down in Nelsonville that I played, and I shot one of my best rounds. It was all super technical and a lot of forehands that were about 200, 250 feet, and they were super dogleg right, super hard to get over to the right or to the left, and the Gator just every shot could make that shot happen for me. But other than that, I keep the Mako 3 just with me for any shot that needs to go dead straight and then just putter out at the end and lay under the basket, pretty much. Going from that though, I throw just a few fairway drivers. My main one I started out throwing was going to be the TL, and then once I got that beat in a little bit and then also got a little bit more power into my arm, that started turning over for me. So that's more for my understable shot now. So then the guys kind of talked me into getting a T-Bird 3 and a Thunderbird. The Thunderbird is going to be a little bit higher speed. It's going to be a 9 speed with the T-Bird being an 8. I feel like I can control the T-Bird 3 a lot better and have it fade just a little bit for me. But if I need something that I can throw almost the exact same line as my T-Bird 3 and just have a little bit more fade, I throw my Thunderbird. They're kind of just faster speed TLs or TL3s. I also just got one of the new Halo TL3s right here. It's very, very overstable for most people. It flies completely straight with a nice fade for me. I really like this. It's a go-to disc now. It's bag. It's going in the bag. And then Star TL. That's what I started off with, one of my first discs. Just pretty much a shot for understable shots for about 200, 250 feet out. That's what I'm going to go to. And then my one Vibram disc, other than my putter that I carry in my bag, is going to be the Notch. It's going to be honest, I don't even know the speed on this one. But it pretty much anything that I need to just have a nice, easy fade. It kind of reminds me of a T-Bird 3 a little bit with a little bit more overstability. Other than that, I love this disc. I just feel comfortable in throwing it, and the texture of it just feels really nice in my hand. So I threw that in the bag. And then I only have two distance drivers. I have a Destroyer and a Boss. My Destroyer is going to be my go-to distance driver, and I throw this on pretty much any shot that I need to get 400 feet or further on. This is actually going to be a little domey and broken in pretty good, so it's going to be understable. So when I go to throw it, it really wants to ride that line to the right, but it always will fade back to the left for me. With that being said, I feel really comfortable throwing this, and that's always going to be in my bag. And then as I got my arm a little bit more stronger, I should say, and was capable of throwing a Boss, I got a Boss. It's so overstable. It's more like a utility disc, but you can get a lot of distance out of it if you have enough speed to put on the disc. With that being said, it's always going to be very overstable and want to turn really hard on you. But it is a disc that I say that should be in my bag no matter what. And other than that, that's pretty much it.
Just want to hear those chains.